Hello, my name is Jim. Welcome to my booktube channel about books and reading and stuff. In this video I want to look at reading more diversely and Afrofuturism. In their video, Scott and Mel of Gunpowder Fiction and Plot, they had a video asking did they read more diversely in 2020. I'll link to their video in the show notes below. Of the 50 books I read, the authors came from just 9 mostly anglophone countries: the UK, the USA, Canada, Ireland, South Africa, Trinidad, Russia, Japan and Georgia. The only book from Africa I'd read was this one, Cry the Beloved Country by Paton, written in 1948, and Alan Paton is a white South African. It's a good book, but not really a different voice. There's a project on BookTube called the Invisible Cities Project, which encourages us to read authors from 3 different countries each month, to read more books in translation, to read more diversely. In January, the countries chosen are Japan, Morocco and Argentina. The last book I read, sort of Kaigen, is set in a Japan-inspired fantasy world. From Morocco, when I lived in France, I read Tahar Ben Jelloun's book, L'Enfant du Sable, The Sand Child, which is about a girl who's brought up as a boy because the father can't accept that he has had another daughter after 7 other daughters. It was an interesting book. From Argentina, I haven't read anything from Argentina. From South America, the only writers I know are Paulo Coelho, Gabriel Garcia Marquez and Isabel Allende. So I need to read more diversely. In February, the 3 countries will be China, Egypt and Colombia. Colombia, I can read Marquez again, but I'm not sure about China or Egypt. And then in March, there'll be Mexico, Iraq and Libya, and the countries for April will be announced in February. I was watching another video on BookTube. This was by Amanda Michelle, about her reading goals for 2021, and she mentioned she wants to read some books in the genre of Afrofuturism. This was a new genre for me. I read many science fiction novels as a teenager, but these were by white male authors from Britain or from America, the exceptions being Anne McCaffrey and the French writer Jules Verne. I went googling and found Afrofuturism is an art form, practice and methodology that allows black people to see themselves in the future despite a distressing past and present. Black people often experience the alienation that science fiction writers imagine. I've shown this picture before. This is The Outsider by Gordon Bennett. Gordon Bennett was an Aboriginal artist from Australia. Here we see an Aboriginal figure in Van Gogh's bedroom at Arles. Coming from his neck is Van Gogh's Starry Sky. We see the Greek masks on the bed. This is like an outsider's view of the European classical arts. One of the foremost authors of Afrofuturism is Octavia Butler. I downloaded her short story Bloodchild. Bloodchild is a story about a group of refugees from Earth known as the Terrans who move to a distant planet where they live alongside the Talik, an insect-like alien race who face extinction. Their only chance of survival is to plant their larvae inside the bodies of the humans. Octavia Butler describes it as her male pregnancy story. She also wrote a novel, The Parable of the Sower, written in the year 1993. It imagines the year 2026, when American society is rapidly breaking down thanks to global warming, economic stagnation and wealth disparity, and a new president is elected promising to make America great again. Does that seem familiar? If you like this video, you can like and subscribe below, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye.